Enter the realm of eternal warfare and bloodshed, where the roar of battle never ceases. Welcome to the domain of Khorne, master of skulls and wars in Warhammer 40K, where honor is found in the clash of steel and the spilling of blood. Join us as we delve into the brutal ethos of the Blood God and uncover the relentless crusades of his demonic legions across the galaxy. Origins of Khorne. The Blood God. Khorne, known as the Blood God, is one of the four major chaos gods in Warhammer 40K. Born from the violent and primal urges of sentient beings, Khorne embodies bloodshed, war, and hatred. He thrives on conflict, glorifying martial prowess and the raw power of physical combat. His creation signifies the manifestation of rage and slaughter within the warp, marking his place as a relentless force of destruction. Khorne's followers, driven by a lust for battle, offer blood and skulls in his name, perpetuating an endless cycle of carnage. This relentless pursuit of violence cements Khorne's dominance among the Chaos Gods. The nature and philosophy of Khorne. Khorne's ideology is centered around the glorification of warfare and martial prowess, rejecting deceit and sorcery. His philosophy is encapsulated in the mantra "Blood for the Blood God, Skulls for the Skull Throne," emphasizing the honor found in direct, brutal combat. Khorne values strength, aggression, and the shedding of blood above all, despising cowardice and manipulation. His followers, driven by an insatiable thirst for battle, seek to prove their worth through relentless violence. To Khorne, each kill is a tribute, and every fallen enemy a step closer to his favor, reinforcing a savage, honor-bound code that prizes martial excellence. Khorne's demonic legions. Khorne's demonic legions are a fearsome and bloodthirsty force, each entity embodying aspects of their master's savage nature. Bloodletters, Khorne's primary foot soldiers, are fierce and relentless, wielding hellblades in battle. Bloodthirsters, the mightiest of Khorne's daemons, act as his generals, towering over the battlefield with immense strength and ferocity. Juggernauts, massive demonic steeds of brass and fury, serve as mounts for Khorne's followers, charging through enemy lines with unstoppable force. These legions are driven by an unquenchable thirst for blood and skulls, their sole purpose to spill blood in Khorne's name, ensuring eternal carnage and war. Iconography and symbols of Khorne. Khorne's iconography and symbols are deeply rooted in themes of blood and warfare. The primary symbol of Khorne is a stylized skull, often depicted with horns and surrounded by blood droplets or blades. His followers frequently display this emblem on their armor, banners, and weapons. The Skull Throne, Khorne's seat of power, is an imposing construct made from the skulls of his fallen enemies, symbolizing his insatiable hunger for death and destruction. Favored weapons include axes and swords, designed for brutal melee combat. Red and brass are the dominant colors associated with Khorne, representing blood and the raw, unyielding nature of war. Khorne's influence on the mortal realm, permeating various aspects of life and warfare. His presence is felt in the bloodlust and savagery that arise during battle, driving warriors to greater acts of violence and brutality. Humans, especially those disillusioned with the Imperium, may turn to Khorne for power, becoming berserkers and warlords in his name. Space Marines, notably the World Eaters, succumb to his call, abandoning their oaths for the promise of martial glory. Other races, including the Orcs and Dark Eldar, also feel his pull, their inherent brutality amplified by his influence. Khorne's reach extends into every corner of the galaxy, fostering an endless cycle of war and bloodshed. Notable champions of Khorne. Khorne's notable champions are fearsome individuals who embody the Blood God's brutal ethos. Among them, Khorne the Betrayer stands out as a legendary figure. Once a loyal captain of the World Eaters, Khorne's descent into madness and bloodlust turned him into one of Khorne's most feared warriors, infamous for his indiscriminate slaughter, even of allies. Another prominent figure is Angron, the Primarch of the World Eaters, whose transformation into a Daemon Prince marked his complete submission to Khorne. Lesser known but equally deadly champions include Skulltaker, a demonic herald renowned for his relentless hunt for worthy skulls. These champions, driven by an insatiable thirst for blood, serve as Khorne's instruments of carnage, spreading fear and chaos across the galaxy. The World Eaters. The World Eaters are Khorne's chosen legion, infamous for their unparalleled brutality and dedication to the blood god. Originally one of the 20 Space Marine legions, they fell to chaos under the leadership of their Primarch, Angron. Known for their relentless aggression and martial prowess, the World Eaters fully embraced Khorne's creed of bloodshed and warfare. This transformation was marked by the widespread adoption of butcher's nails, cybernetic implants that heightened their rage and bloodlust. Their fall from grace culminated during the Khornes Heresy, where they became one of the most feared and reviled Chaos Legions. Today, they continue to wage endless wars, driven by an insatiable need to offer blood and skulls to Khorne. Khorne's rivalries with other Chaos gods. Khorne's rivalry with the other Chaos gods is as legendary as his thirst for blood. Chief among his adversaries are Tzeentch, the architect of fate, and Slaanesh, the prince of pleasure. Khorne despises Tzeentch's reliance on sorcery and manipulation, viewing it as cowardice and deceit. Similarly, he abhors Slaanesh's indulgence in excess and sensation, considering it weak and corrupt. These rivalries fuel an eternal conflict within the Warp, as each Chaos god vies for dominance over the others. However, despite their animosity, they occasionally form tenuous alliances when their goals align, although betrayal is always lurking beneath the surface. Thus, Khorne's eternal struggle against his fellow Chaos gods ensures that the Warp remains a realm of perpetual warfare and strife. The rituals and worship practices of Khorne. The worship practices of Khorne's followers are as brutal and straightforward as the blood god himself. Rituals often involve sacrificial offerings of blood and skulls, either from slain enemies or willing devotees. These offerings are made on altars adorned with Khorne symbols, invoking his favor and blessing upon the worshippers. Combat is also a form of worship, with battles and duels seen as offerings to Khorne, each kill a tribute to his insatiable thirst for bloodshed. Champions of Khorne may undergo rites of initiation, marking their dedication to the blood god and granting them boons of power. These rituals, steeped in violence and savagery, reinforce the bond between Khorne and his followers, ensuring their eternal servitude to the god of slaughter. Battles and campaigns led by Khorne's forces. Throughout the annals of Warhammer 40K history, Khorne's forces have left an indelible mark on the galaxy through their relentless campaigns of bloodshed and conquest. From the Khornes Heresy to the countless Black Crusades led by Abaddon, the Despoiler, Khorne's demonic legions and mortal champions have wrought havoc upon the Imperium and its allies. Battles rage across countless worlds, with Khorne's berserk warriors slaughtering all who stand in their path in the name of the blood god. These conflicts are marked by unparalleled ferocity and brutality, as Khorne's followers seek to spill blood and claim skulls for their patron deity. Each victory is celebrated with fervor, further fueling the eternal war machine that drives Khorne's legions ever forward in their quest for endless carnage. As we conclude our exploration into the domain of Khorne, remember that in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. If you thirst for more tales of chaos and carnage, subscribe for future lore deep dives and battles to come. Blood for the blood god, and skulls for the skull throne. Until next time, may your blade be ever sharp, and your foes fall before you.